Coming up on this episode of Studio G, tips on how you can prevent yourself from a common disease.
Also, an inside look on Black Friday sales. Studio G starts right now. Good afternoon, Rebels. Today is Wednesday, November 25th, 2015. I'm Sarah Shelton.
And I'm Sally Ann Ficarata. Welcome to another edition of Studio G.
November marks Diabetes Awareness Month, and there are different ways to help and prevent this disease. Eddie Vargas with a story.
In 2010, diabetes was the 7th leading cause of death in the United States. Today, more than 29 people in the United States have diabetes. And diabetes nearly doubles the risk for heart attack and for death from a heart disease. It is also the leading cause of kidney failure, and according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 1 in 4 people with diabetes doesn't know he or she has it.
Diabetes is very important because the diabetic patient, when you diagnose diabetes, many times they've had pre-diabetes for at least 10 years. And that stage of pre-diabetes is sometimes missed. And if you miss that, that's the window of opportunities where you can actually diagnose the patient and prevent diseases that can, show up in the future.
It's important to get checked at least once a year, minimum.
This year's theme for American Diabetes Month is Eat Well America. A healthy diet is very important for those suffering from this condition. Exercising and watching what you eat can help prevent diabetes.
Like this time of the year, there's a lot of candies going on, a lot of pies, cakes, stuff like that, and you naturally want to partake because everybody else is.
The understanding of diabetes and its consequences could save your life, and the earlier you detect it will allow you to live longer. Reporting for Studio G, Eddie Vargas.
Since the holidays are right around the corner, preparing and eating healthy foods will help with diabetes management.
The most hectic day to go out and shop starts tomorrow for many stores. Studio G reporter Sarah Shelton finds out what shoppers think of the savings stores are advertising.
Popular shopping days of the season, but are shoppers getting the deals that they think they are? Consumers and studies are saying to stay in bed this Black Friday, the deals of a lifetime shoppers think they are getting can be found just days later. Risking an early out on Thanksgiving with the family is not worth it to many shoppers.
I mean, there's some stores are doing like 50% off, which is pretty good, but some stores are doing like only 20% off, which is, you can do it any day during the year.
If you see the BOGO or buy one get one half off and it makes you happy, then hey, by all means come down on Black Friday and buy all you can.
For some locals, the hustle and bustle of Black Friday is what gets them excited.
I think there's deals all year long, so it's really not worth the time and effort and headache.
Many are out shopping right now to see the deals they can get before the holiday clearance everyone is raving about. Signs that are already displayed in stores leave things questionable for consumers for how much lower prices can actually go from this point.
People are jerks and they will do anything to get a sale or to get that perfect item for whoever, and it's just dangerous.
One thing is for certain, deal or no deal, you can expect to see stores open as early as 6 p.m. this Thursday. Reporting to you, Studio G, Sarah Shelton.
Many stores are actually already starting their sales this week, so shoppers do not have to worry about going out on Thanksgiving. But Black Friday is still an event of the year which many shoppers will not miss.
Visiting your family for the holidays might have gone easier. Reporter Jordan Lorenzo with more.
Vegas now has a bus transit that takes you from here to Los Angeles in less than $50. The boat bus gets you to California in about 5 hours, taking one stop to find food and stretch your legs. I decided to test out the transit by going to California for a few hours and taking the bus back. The bus allows you to put your luggage at the bottom of the bus so it's not crowding you and has a good amount of space along with free Wi-Fi. I spoke with a UNLV student who told me about his personal experience on the boat.
Rode it, twice. Had family in California, went to go visit them. The main thing that I liked about it was the fact that they have Wi-Fi. And it was fairly cheap. It was only $15 for a round trip, so it was awesome.
It also operates all day, so you can get an early or late ride back and forth. And the more you ride the Bolt bus, the better the deals, which means you could score a ticket for as much as $2. Here in Las Vegas, we don't have a train, but 2 locations for the Bolt bus, one being downtown. I'm Jordan Lorenzo, back in Las Vegas.
You can also take the Bolt bus to several locations, and the earlier you book, you're more eligible to win their dollar ticket, which is given out on every bus ride.
We have to take a short break, but we will be right back with Mateo Holly with International News.
Also, I interview the Rebel Events Coordinator, Alana Bonsalau. We'll be right back.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
That changed my life.
At that moment, it hit me. This is why I joined the Guard. We're soldiers, always ready to protect our country. But we've also got communities. Family, friends, neighbors who count on us. I couldn't believe it. I just saved a life. Somebody from my hometown.
See what it means to be a citizen soldier at NationalGuard.com.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Welcome back to Studio G. We have Mateo Holly in the newsroom for International News. Mateo?
I'm Mateo Holly, here with your international news. First, let's start with something that happened nationally but can affect the globe as we know it. Jeff Bezos managed to accomplish something the Tesla mogul Elon Musk failed to do several times. The SpaceX counterpart, Blue Origin, owned by Bezos, accomplished the stark task of creating a reusable rocket. It flew 62 miles in the air and managed to slow itself down to 4.4 miles per hour and made a successful vertical landing. Jeff Bezos went more in depth about the amazing feat.
LGS check good. Reusable rocket booster. And so, we're now entering in, this is the first of what will be many test flights. We're going to, over the next couple of years, we're going to fly this vehicle many, many times. And then when we're highly confident in it, we're going to start taking people up into space with it.
Bezos also talked about how this will impact the future of space exploration. This eventually will become a part of Blue Origin's suborbital space program, primarily for those who would like to tour space. Mali was dealt with a catastrophic attack last Friday. Gunmen raided a hotel in Mali and shot at everything that moved. Here's an unnamed concierge with a first-hand account of what had occurred.
Everyone was running scared, he says, and they were shooting at anyone that moved.
UN officials believe that the shooters managed to sneak behind UN cars and enter the hotel quietly. There were 22 casualties, not including the 2 attackers who were killed by unidentified means. Turkey has recently entered a strenuous situation with Russia. A Russian plane entered Turkish airspace after several warnings. They shot down the plane near the Syria-Turkey border. Russian President Vladimir Putin explained that they were looking for insurgents originating from Russia in the northern mountains near Latakia. Turkish representatives were anxious about how the altercation occurred.
Of course, this is not something that we wanted to see happen. We wanted to witness. This is not something that needs to be applauded. However, we suffer the pain of having to face a situation such as this one.
But many leaders, such as President Obama and NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg, support Turkey's decision and hope to dampen the situation.
We stand in solidarity with Turkey and support the territorial integrity of our NATO ally, Turkey. We will continue to follow the developments on the southeastern borders of NATO very closely. I look forward to further contacts between Ankara and Moscow, and I call for calm and de-escalation.
Turkey, like every country, has a right to defend its territory and its airspace. I think it's very important right now for us to make sure that both the Russians and the Turks are talking to each other, find out exactly what happened, and take measures to discourage any kind of escalation.
This conflict will hopefully digress because a tense relationship with Russia is one no one wants to have. That's all I have for your international news. I'm Mateo Hawley. Back to Sally Ann and Sarah.
Thanks, Mateo. Up next, an interview with the event coordinator of Rebel Events Board.
We'll be right back.
Sunday evening jazz. I mainly play a lot of contemporary jazz music from the 1960s up until about 2012, 2013. When I go on, just explain who it was, the name of the song, the name of the artist, maybe the name of the album, their career. I just hope that everybody enjoys it and appreciate it for the kind of music it is and how great it is. My name is Sam, and I host Sunday Evening Jazz on the rebelhd2.com.
Wonder what makes us, the Smurfs, so happy? The forest, of course. This is where we, along with the beautiful forest creatures, make our home with beautiful plant life, clean water, and endless adventures. It's a place to celebrate. So discover the forest with your family today. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back. We have Alana Bonsalau with us in the studio to talk about Rebel Events Board. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No problem.
So go ahead and tell us just a little bit about what you do.
Okay, so I'm an event coordinator for the Rebel Events Board. So what we do is we plan about 15 to 16 events per semester, and we usually just do different ones like homecoming and premiere and like special events just to encourage more involvement in the campus.
How long have you been involved with the program?
I've been with Reb for 2 years. I've been an event coordinator for 2 years.
And are you liking it?
Yeah, it's fun. It's my last year this year though.
Oh,
so
no.
yeah.
Graduating?
No, just trying new things afterwards.
Good for you, good for you. So would you recommend this for people with certain majors, or would it be for different types of majors?
Actually, I think it caters to everyone. I know that if you are specifically in like the hospitality industry and you have like a concentration on the meeting and events, this is really helpful. But we have a lot of people who are also in other things. Like we have a lot of psychology majors, business majors, and like science majors. So it really can cater to everyone.
Cool. Would you say the organization can benefit everyone?
Yeah, I would say so, because you can get like volunteer hours and you just get that experience of interacting with people on campus and being the connection between like professional staff and regular students.
So there's a lot of networking opportunities going on through HeyReb, which is the abbreviation for it.
Yes.
So tell us more about the events that you have personally seen happen, any events that you've participated in because of it.
Okay. Yeah, so I would say 2 of our biggest events are Premiere, which is like the big welcome back.
When is
bash.
that?
That
the
is
beginning of fall, right?
Yeah, like the first Thursday that we come back. And so that one's a really big one. We start planning it right in the beginning of the summer. And we make sure that we have all the preparations for that. And then homecoming is also another big event that we plan, and that's like from the beginning of the calendar year, so like the January. So we start with like the theme, and then we have the homecoming coordinator who actually plans it out, because it's 11 events in 1 week. And that involves getting fraternity and sorority life planned, because there's like teams, so it's definitely a lot, but it's really fun.
So do you collaborate with other parts of Las Vegas, or is it just UNLV?
Typically, we stay within UNLV. Sometimes if we collaborate, it's with different organizations. Sometimes we collaborate with like Town Square. We do that for like the homecoming parade. Then we also collaborate with other kind of like organizations if they come to us. So usually they just email us and we see what we can do.
Well, very cool. Do you think that there is a way? Is there a way for students to be able to see all the events going on? Where can they go to find out more?
We have our Instagram and we have our Twitter and everything. All the handle is RebUNLV.
What is that for?
For Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and everything like that.
It's Hey Reb UNLV.
Just RebUNLV.
RebUNLV.
Yeah, RebUNLV. So that is usually where we post. We also have marketing for every event. So if you go into the student union, we have like table tents and posters and everything like that, banners.
Oh, sounds like so much fun. Yeah. So students should definitely get involved. Check out the Hey Reb events calendar. And I really appreciate you for coming out to the show today.
No problem.
Thank you for talking to us, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you. When we come back, a nonprofit that helps adopted children. Stay tuned. Studio G will be right back.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I thought it was just going to be fun, just me in a room playing music. And it's blossomed into something beyond what I imagined. Like, people just love it. There's like, a lot of people are eager and excited to be a part of UNLV radio. A lot of people didn't even know UNLV had a radio station, so I'm glad to be bringing that awareness to the Vegas community.
It feels great. You know, it's a great accomplishment because it starts as something that nobody knows about. You get to build it from the ground up. So it builds your work ethic. It also gives you a sense of accomplishment when it's like, man, we made it. We did something. We made something that nobody else has made. So
it's great to be part of the student community and having to bring something to the student body with music, which is one of my passions.
I feel like it's giving me a voice, and not just for me, but for people who just have something they are passionate about. And I just want to, keep that conversation going and let other people see what we're talking about here.
It's amazing to have an opportunity to play whatever it is that you want to play. It's also a great way to connect and meet with new artists, great people, just music lovers in general.
What's up, it's your girl Scribe Cash. This is
The Prince Madison. This is The Takeover.
Played by the Video Games Live Orchestra.
Yeah, on Twitter, @MilesLowMusic and
Las Vegas is one of the world's top gaming cities, and there's a new arcade in town that's putting a foreign twist on it.
And we're like, okay.
So Good Arcade is a video game arcade that specializes in premium imported Japanese video games.
We bring in a lot of machines from Japan, Asia, and we bring it to Las Vegas for people to enjoy. So we do get a lot of questions though, because these machines are not, in America. Some of them are in foreign languages, and so we help them with that, and then we just, make sure the day is going well.
We were so fascinated by the Japanese arcade. We spent hours and hundreds of dollars in there. I don't like the America arcade games, and I really only find the Japanese one really fun. So it's kind of like a hobby/business thing.
Us personally, we never enjoyed American arcades, the ones we see in casinos, movie theaters. We thought they were always lackluster. But when we went to Japan, we were amazed by the multi-level stories, Sega, Taito, Capcom arcades.
Benjamin Huang says that the arcade is a huge hit with foreigners and people interested in anime.
Actually surprising, we get a lot of foreigners that come all the way here just to play some of our machines. Yeah, we get mainly the crowd that's like anime, Japanese culture is mainly that. Most people that aren't familiar with Japanese culture, they come here and they're not familiar with machines, but we teach them how to play and they enjoy that too.
Grab a couple of friends and head down to the arcade. For Studio G, I'm Deshola Balogan.
So Good Arcade hosts gaming tournaments as well. For more information, go to facebook.com/SoGoodArcade.
The Pinball Hall of Fame is an arcade located near UNLV, but it's not like any ordinary arcade. Reporter Sally Ann Figueroa has the story.
Hall of Fame on Tropicana near UNLV. It's a place for fun, but also a place for charity.
Most of the ones here are actually one person's collection, but there's an entire group of people that have their games here to make money for the charity.
All of the money raised, other than the money used to keep the Pinball Hall of Fame running,
goes to the Salvation Army.
I didn't even know exactly what the Salvation Army did. I came from Atlanta, Georgia, living right next to one of the little Salvation Armies out there. And I got out here and I talked to Homer, our guy that represents the Salvation Army, and he comes by, picks up everything, and I just didn't realize how much good that they do for kids, addicts. It just goes on and on.
Many of the patrons were shocked to hear that the money they used to play goes to charity.
They donate all those quarters to charity? That's amazing. No, I did not know that. It's not just killing time, it's for a good purpose too. It's a win-win for everybody, right?
One of my favorite things to hear, especially from older generations, they'll actually stop by and go, "You have no idea how many memories this brings back. This just takes me back to when I was 14. And we had somebody come in to talk about our oldest machine, Jigsaw, which is from August of '33. And he was like, "Yeah, I remember when this came out."
People of all ages enjoy playing pinball.
I play the Hall of Fame and the air hockey.
It's really important for people to support businesses like this because not only is it like a part of the community, you know, but it keeps everything in full circle too. So you can come, you can bring the family and like play lots of fun games and stuff like that, enjoy yourselves, and you're giving back. It's like for a good cause.
From Studio G, I'm Sally Ann Ficarata.
If you're in the mood to play some pinball and raise money for the Salvation Army, stop by the Pinball Hall of Fame down Tropicana near UNLV. It's open daily from 11 a.m. to midnight. Coming up next, a new ski resort in Lee Canyon.
Don't go anywhere. Studio G will be right back.
To breathe, snot pouring out of your nose. It's a real hairy business. As a firefighter, I'm a student of the weather, and I've noticed that there's a change that's occurred in the last several years. We're having many more large and damaging fires. Sometimes thousands of fires will occur. If the climate changes and we don't have the water we need, California could dry up and blow away.
A name change ushers in the start of the ski season in our local mountains. Studio G's Tracy Phillips took a trip up to Lee Canyon to see how the ski resort is getting ready for the big opening weekend.
Our local ski resort in the Spring Mountains is just about ready to welcome all the Vegas snow lovers back up to Lee Canyon. I talked to Jim Seeley, the marketing director for the ski resort, about a name change and preparing for the season.
Lee Canyon is our original name when this resort opened in 1963. We felt that, you know, kind of moving away from Las Vegas Ski and Snowboard Resort, as the name it was, you know, that like when we changed it around the millennium, we kind of outgrew it, for one thing. You know, we're more than just a ski and snowboard resort. The term that is being thrown around a lot is, you know, Godzilla El Nino, and we're really excited about it. I mean, it's really, the last couple of seasons have been a little bit frustrating. In fact, the last season was the lowest snowfall on record, you know, in our 53-year existence. We're definitely hoping for a great ski season. You know, we already got 20 inches, you know, in preseason, so that's great. That helps our snowmaking, you know, just get the coverage out there. We're all really excited about it.
As he mentioned, they are awaiting that predicted El Nino, so we'll just have to wait and see. Lee Canyon Ski Resort is scheduled to open this weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, and as you can see, they are ready for you to hit the slopes. I'm Tracy Phillips for Studio G News.
Lee Canyon is planning to expand and is in the early stages working with local agencies on different studies to be environmentally sound with their plans. For now, the resort will continue with minor improvements.
Thanksgiving is tomorrow, which means college students get to go home, sit at the dinner table, and prepare themselves for the standard questions like, when are you going to graduate? And it must be awesome living in Las Vegas. But it's a holiday where you get to celebrate with the people you choose to be your family. Friendsgiving is a holiday that usually happens before or after Thanksgiving, where you come together with your friends and celebrate the year you've had and give thanks for being friends. This holiday seems to be very popular with college students due to the high prices of traveling home and the sometimes judgmental atmosphere they have to deal with when returning home.
a Thanksgiving you have with your friends, but it's not as, like straightforward or like as, cordial as the Thanksgiving. You can just bring whatever you want. It doesn't have to be like a turkey or a ham. You can just bring like chicken or, KFC.
But many people who celebrate Friendsgiving say the big draw to it is that you get to be with the family that you choose. You don't feel judged and are able to give thanks with the people that you see the most. Our own Kyle Root has an idea on how this holiday may have gotten its start.
Well, I have a theory that it started off in college with people that are away from home, not there with their parents, so they wouldn't go home for Thanksgiving. So they'd have Thanksgiving with their friends, and that became a lot bigger. And I think people saw that and thought it was a good idea. So I think it's becoming more of a, more of a thing people do.
So whether you celebrate with friends or family, hopefully Thanksgiving is a time of year to say thanks to the people who mean the most to you, and maybe give thanks to the foods that don't get the credit they deserve.
I have a sleeper pick. I've always loved it, and that's the green bean casserole. And I tell it to everyone. Everyone thinks I'm crazy, but the green bean casserole is my favorite part of Thanksgiving, and I always look forward to it, and I've mastered making it, so I don't have to depend on someone else to make it. I got it.
Root also said that one of the biggest Friendsgiving no-nos is canceling the day before. But I think that is a universal rule of thumb when planning any big party.
Have you done Friendsgiving before?
No, but I have such a big family, so every year Thanksgiving's maybe 30 to 40 people. So we do have friends that aren't technically family, but they're like family friends, not like...
Truthfully, do you see your family more than you see your friends, or do you see your friends more than your family?
Like throughout the whole year?
Yes.
It's a combination, but I think I see my family more. And now I'm old and married, so at
so
that
you're
point...
hanging out with the people who accept you for who you are.
Yeah, how about you?
Sometimes.
What do you do Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, actually, I've got a lot of family who are coming into town, and I have some family going out of town, so nothing too crazy, just regular Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah, just a nice day with the family. Thank you for watching today. I'm Sally Ann Ficarata.
And I'm Sarah Shelton. Have a great day, Las Vegas.